Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Phumzile Mbata and the name of this channel is called Commissioned, where I share mainly the word of God, anything and everything that inspires me, and my lived experiences through personal development. So thank you for coming back. Thank you for watching the previous video, for all the comments, all the support, and to anybody who is watching this and enjoys this content and still hasn't subscribed, please take a moment, just press the button and continue watching. I've just literally been focusing on being present, enjoying my life for the most part. I've just been present. I've got I'm on a social media, well, not the whole of social media, but I'm on like an Instagram break as well. So I deleted the app of my phone, even though my profile is still live, but the app is off of my phone, so I'm not in there, and it's been such a breath of fresh air. I feel like there's so much, our lives need us, our lives actually need us to live them. And I feel like I've been present in my life, I've been here living it on the ground, so that's been like refreshing and really, really good. Yeah, and it's funny, like as a result, you just don't think to take stories and capture everything as much. I've always been a person who loves photography. I remember my first job that I ever got, it was part-time but with full-time responsibilities, and I used to earn like peanuts, to be honest. Like I used to earn about, I'm just gonna put it out there, I used to earn in the UK currency 200 pounds, and in South Africa that was like 4,000 rand. And I remember rent was like half of that, and then the other quarter was groceries, and the other quarter was transport. I didn't have money to do anything, but somehow in the midst of that I got a small little increase, like small tiny increase, and I went and bought a camera which cost even more than what my salary could even pay for. And I bought a camera. It wasn't really a professional camera, but it was one of those like proper Nikon photographer cameras, because I wanted to pursue photography. And unfortunately I borrowed that camera to somebody and they lost it, and I couldn't replace it because I couldn't afford it in the first place. Just to say, like, I've always had a passion and a love for, like, genuinely just for photos, whether it's photos of myself, but especially photos of like scenery, of beautiful things, of just stuff. I remember when I used to live in Pretoria, actually, when I'd first gotten the camera, I would actually drive out with my small little car. My salary had gone up to like 6,700 by then, and so 2,000 of that I then bought a small little spark light car, which is actually still at home. And anyway, I used to drive out and like at 5 a.m. to catch the sunset, and I would take pictures of the sunset, sunrise, and I would do that with the sunset as well. I'd go to the Union building, stop my car, take photos of the view, take photos of the building, so yeah. I don't know why I just went around into those circles, but I guess it's like, yes, now there's like social media. For some of us it's been like a lifelong passion. Anyway, so I decided to actually make some banana bread. I was just watching King Charles the coronation, and while I was doing that I was making banana bread, so I'm waiting for it to get out. I didn't record the whole process, but I'm excited for how it's gonna come out. I'm feeling positive about it. It smells so good, so I'm gonna show you guys the picture of like the final product. And yeah, so after that I'm just getting ready now to go and meet my friend Uxolile, and we're gonna have like a brunch and just chill. Guys, I have to tell you about this friend of mine, Uxolile. She really touches my heart. Like, there's just some really good people who feel like home, who feel safe, who just like home girl, full of heart. Yeah, I always try to tell her, like, I always try to tell her that, like, I appreciate her so much. I really, really do. She's that person when you feel like the world is on your shoulders and you can just unpack with her, and on any subject, honestly, because she's just got a way of understanding and listening. And just being wholesome, wholesome. So I just want to give a shout out to her, Stolile. I really appreciate you. I don't even know if she watches my videos. I don't even know if she watches my videos, but she's just one of those people who, like, even if she didn't, like, that she's got you and she's for you. I haven't even known her that long, to be honest, like just a couple of years. And it's crazy, like our friendship grew in such a subtle way, and there's just so much understanding between us because she's so bad with her phone. My messages can sit there for like 5 days with no response, but nobody will ever take offense to anything, and she's very like last minute, so I'll want to plan things and like, oh, on this bank holiday let's do this, but her approach is like, like, what are you doing tomorrow? And she'll spontaneously want to do something, and today's a typical example. I didn't have this plan this whole week, and it's just one of those spontaneous decisions and meetups and things like that. So going out, and we're not going to do anything hectic. We haven't even picked a restaurant. That is so not me. Like, I will pick a restaurant, we will book it, we will arrange the time and everything, and we've literally said, oh no, we'll meet up on street at this time and let's go. I love it for me, to be honest. Like, it's, yeah, some things are really just good for you, and it's the total opposite of you, but you need it so much, so I'm just quite happy. Yeah, and I'm gonna get dressed really quickly. Oh, okay, no, there's something that's been on my mind. Anyway, so there's this thought I've had in my mind. Like, so often we have a life that we desire and a thing that we want around us, and we want our lives to look like. But the truth is, our lives will look like who we are. The things that will surround us are the things that are coming out from us and who we are. I love this guy who I actually felt attacked when I saw that video. The guy says, your standards are not your goals. Those are not your standards, right? Your standards are the current and present. That's your standard. What you eat, your diet and what you actually eat, those are your standards. Your commitment to the gym and how often you're actually going, that is your standard. And it reminded me of how when we were younger as kids, when cars would go by and there was this game that was called chores. Okay. Some people will know it if you grew up in the townships in South Africa. A car will go by and you choose it, like, and then it's like yours, and you've chosen it, right? And sometimes I feel like in life, that's what we want to do. We want to claim and choose something, even though we have not built the capacity to become it. Sarah Jakes would say, I wish I could say it the way I hear it in my head. You have to become it in order to become it. Become it in order to become it. You're a single woman, you want to be in a relationship, you've got your list. This person needs to be good with money. This person needs to be prayerful and fear the Lord. This person needs to be in good shape. This person needs to be family oriented. This person needs to be kind. And you've got your list, you've got your things. Literally the best way, and I hate to preach on subjects that have not come to fruition in my life yet, but I believe it's good advice that I want to take for myself. In order to attract that, you have to become that. You have to be that. How can you want somebody who is financially savvy and very good with money when you're not good with it? How can you want somebody who's prayerful and who fears the Lord and loves the Lord when you're not that? How can you want somebody who is kind and family oriented when you're not that? How can you want, like, you have to become it in order to become it. You attract what you are. And I would say the same thing for friendships. I think last year I kind of, oh, the word of the Lord came to me at the beginning of the year, as it always does. I feel like I'm always saying this in these videos. But anyways, the word of the Lord said to me, assess foundations, assess all the foundations. And so for the better part of last year, I took time to just assess all the foundations of my relationships. And I decided in my mind, like, these are the kind of people that I want in my life and around me, you know. And lo and behold, again, the thought comes that you have to be that person in order to attract that person, because then it's going to happen naturally, right? If you're open and honest and vulnerable and accepting of other people and supportive and all the things that you want, then you have to be the same. It has to stem from you. You have to be authentic and loving and kind and a good listener and a good communicator and accepting of other people. You have to be it in order for that thing to attract itself to you. Become it in order to become it. I'm not trying to preach, but yeah. So that's just something that's like been on my mind. So like I said, I'm gonna get ready now. And yeah, see you on the other side. But first, my banana bread might be ready, so I'm gonna take it out and I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like. I'm feeling really positive, so wish me luck. Ooh, oh my gosh, it smells so good, you guys. It smells really good. What I'm gonna do, let me do it quickly. I'm just gonna test to see if it's ripe. Does that dry? I think it could use another 15 minutes. So I'm gonna leave it for like another 15 minutes. Probably gonna get quite dark. I don't know. And after that I'm just gonna have to take a chance and take it out completely. Guys, look how busy the streets are. It is packed. Like, it's raining and it's packed. That's one thing about the UK. Like, people are never deterred by the weather. They'll always continue with their plans. And those plans often include being outside. I think I got in too early. The restaurant we're chilling at is within Selfridges, which is a store. Is it correct to say Selfridges is a department store? I don't know, it feels like I'm degrading it if I call it that. I guess it's like a luxury brand store. Anyway, I'm not faced by brands, so I wouldn't even know, to be honest. So yeah, I'm gonna make my way to find Sikoile, who hasn't called me. So I'm gonna find the restaurant. Can we be in the moment? You know how I am.
Ngijabulela ukuthi vele ngisanda kukubona. So we got everything from our hearts out and I can vlog. Thank you.
Welcome back. It is Saturday. I've had like a very slow start to the day and I finished cleaning eventually and it's 3, like 3:30 as I tell you. But anyway, this is normally how my Saturdays go anyway. They're very chilled. I do have some work that I need to finish off, but yeah, I'm just gonna really try and take it easy. But all I've got to do today is just go and do a grocery run. So I'm on my way to do my groceries, and if I can squeeze it in, looking at the time, we'll see how it goes. But I'm also planning to do my nails, so yeah, so it's just a chilled day.
Kan inte ta tillbaka någonting av det jag sagt, men om du låter mig förklara har vi i alla fall försökt ge dig en chans. Du vill ha mig som tar hand om dig, men du låter inte mig. Våra spöken är ingen enkel grej, men jag har i alla fall försökt ge dig en chans. Stora känslor väller ur när du säger att du vill testa. Stora känslor gånger i mig när du säger att du vill ge mig en chans. Jag kan vara som bäst för att hitta balansen, baby, bara en chans. Tro mig, jag ska visa dig allt om min for life. För många nätter på lösa sånt som aldrig borde varit problem.
Anyway, I'm back from the grocery store and I'm just gonna show you guys a little bit of what I bought. If by mangoes, like I will have mangoes in so many different forms. I'll have dried mangoes, I will have like fresh mangoes. I love them so much. Can't live without strawberries either. I haven't had like chicken livers in the longest time. I probably haven't bought them in years. I've eaten them probably when I was at home or something. So I just got those. Like more fruit. I'm loving these peanuts, but they're so salty. But I'm just enjoying these days. I got this snack from Fiber One, whatever. Very low calorie, so it's good. Oh, my thing is ruined. Anyway, I'll find a way to make that look good again. But it's just basically salmon pastries. Got some biscuits. Haven't had those in a long time. And always love a good steak. So yeah, I'm wondering whether I should cook now. I probably should, even though I've got food that I've cooked from yesterday. So I've got food, and I'm gonna eat that now. You know, it's such like it's so uninteresting to cook when you're not gonna eat the food now, you know. But like this life, you really have to prepare, like meal prep, because I know I'm not gonna have the energy to cook tomorrow after church. So I'm gonna eat the food I have now, and then I'm gonna have to cook food that I'm not gonna eat, that I'm gonna have to pack away for meal prep. Anyway, yeah, I gotta do it, because if I don't do it, I know that I'm just gonna eat like takeout, and I don't want to do that.
Men när du säger att du vill ge mig en chans. Jag kan vad som helst för att hitta balansen, baby. Bara en chans. Tro mig, jag ska visa dig allt om det for life. För många nätter på lösa sånt som aldrig borde varit problem. Den här gången vill jag göra om. Vi blir bättre och bättre nu.
Morning, guys. Today is Sunday. I'm just finishing off my makeup, and yeah, I really enjoyed doing that the last time on that other vlog when I went to Birmingham. So I thought, let me just see if I can do it now quickly. And I'm always hoping like that there's a makeup artist over here who can just offer their services. You know, you gotta put the stuff out there and see if anything kind of comes back to you. You know, you never know how these partnerships are birthed. So anyway, our church has moved to Kent. Today is the first time. I'm butchering this makeup, by the way, but anyway, we move. So anyway, our church has moved to Kent, and we've been going like monthly at the end of the month while we retained the London ones. So now we moved entirely to Kent. So it's the first morning service where we're leaving like predominantly from London and headed there, right? So yeah, it's just making sure that we're getting the hang of the journey and getting there on time as well. But so far I'm on track. Yeah, I've hired a car because I don't have a car. I want to say yes, but it's kind of a decision that I've made that while I'm here in London, I don't really have the use of a car much, because when you drive into the city, it's a little bit of a nightmare with like the congestion charges, the emissions charges. They've got something called ULEZ, which is like an emissions charge. To give you a feeler for it, in rands, it's like 500 rand for every time you go into a zone that's sensitive to emissions, right? Carbon emissions. So then there's the parking thing. So there's just like all these added little costs that you incur because of that. So it's just, so far when I've looked at it, it just seems like a lot more trouble than it might be worth. Let me try and do this off camera because I'm kind of butchering it, and then I'll see you guys in a sec. Okay, I feel like I've got a little bit more of a handle on it, so just gonna carry on. Yeah. Guys, I love doing makeup. I'm not even gonna lie, like, you know, when I see like makeup artists or people that are really good with their face beads, I'm always just like, wow, this is so stunning, you know? I know like there's always controversy with makeup and things like that, but I feel like if you still look like yourself, it's fine. And also if you still feel comfortable in your own skin, you know, I'll be honest, like in the past, I used to put on makeup to hide imperfections and hide and conceal things, and you know, I wasn't as confident in my own skin. But I prayed about the appearance of my skin because I was very acne prone and I had a lot of acne in the past, and so I actually prayed about it quite a lot to God to just heal my skin and heal me from acne, you know. So I'm actually like, I'm living in an answered prayer just for the fact that I don't get the acne that I used to get in the past. I was really, really acne prone. So sure, I'm gonna do a whole video just that I don't have as many pictures because, as I say, I wasn't as comfortable in my own skin to take pictures like that. But I do have some pictures where I show, I'm not done with my makeup. I do have some pictures where I show just, basically where I was and what I did and what helped me and the prayers that I prayed and how God has helped me with my skin. It's literally an answered prayer, and I'm forever grateful. I don't forget every day, like when I take a picture without makeup and I look at my skin. It's obviously not like I wouldn't even want to say not perfect because it's just so far, but for the fact that it's free currently of blemishes, it's free of acne and things like that. Lord, I'm forever grateful. Like this thing runs deep, you guys. Like I'm extremely grateful to not have problematic skin. My teenage years, my 20s, like my early and mid 20s, skin nightmare. And I still sometimes just can't believe it, but God is so good. Like he knows, he hears our hearts cry, like whether it's something small, whether it's something big, God always hears our hearts cry. And he really heard my hearts cry, guys. Like I will show you pictures. Anyway, still getting ready, nearly there. Guys, finally ready. So gonna go fetch the car and I'm gonna make my way. So come on, love you. So I'm on my way to pick up this rental car. And so in the other vlog I told you guys about a company called Zipcar, which has their own branded cars which are parked on the street, and you can hire them using the app and you just pick the car up closest to you, right? So today I'm using something different. Today I'm using an app called Turo, and how that works is that the owners of the cars, so like just people who want to rent out their cars, can do it through the app, and you can just go to the person's house or the pickup point where they live, I guess, and hire the car either for a few hours or for a few days, and they've got their own rates that they apply. Obviously it's regulated in terms of like people not overpricing and all of that stuff. So I've hired this car from this app called Churo, and I'm literally going to the guy's place who owns it right now, and he was telling me he needs to leave for his son's soccer match. So I'm nearly there, if my shoe will allow me. So I'm nearly there now. Gonna show you guys. Oh, hi.
How you doing? You alright?
I'm good, how are you?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. Car's just over there.
Cool. Is it this one?
No. It's behind this white van.
Right, okay.
Yeah, so I'll get it for you.
Do you have a couple of cars?
Yeah, I've got quite a few cars. I've got like 13 cars.
Wow, that's more than a few.
Like, yeah. Sometimes it's hard to keep on top of it, but you gotta try,
And do you do other work on top of this?
Yeah. I've got a full-time job. I'm an accountant as well. So.
Oh wow, well good for you.
Thank you.
A strong side hustle, hey?
Yeah, I mean, eventually I want to just quit my job. But,
yeah. Wow. So how many cars would it take for you to be able to quit your job?
Maybe about 25, 30.
Okay, so you're halfway there.
I guess so. I mean, it's scary thinking of it like that, but I guess so. Yeah, this is it.
Okay, all right, cool.
Yeah,
Okie dokes. So I got the car, and yeah, I mean it does the job. I always believe in things that do the job. So yeah, we're here, and gets us from A to B. I think in one of my talks, I can't remember now because I shoot content quite randomly. In one of my talks, I actually mentioned how I bought a car, in Chevrolet Sparklight. You'll be surprised, like that's the only car I've actually ever had in my life, and it's crazy because when I was younger, when I was in high school especially, I always thought, the car my friend and I loved at the time was VW. So VW, either the Golf or just one of the good VW cars. And we always thought we used to have those dreams because that's what we were
Stay in the middle lane.
at the time, right? So it's just crazy like how things change, because that's so far from the dream now. That's so far from the dream. Yeah, I've never really, even on my vision boards, I've never really put a car. I just don't know why. I've never really valued nice cars after a certain point, but I do think it's probably living here, because
Stay in the right lane.
a huge need, in my whole time that I've been here, probably, and this is like 5.5 to almost,
Stay in the left lane.
I've probably only needed a car. Not needed, I've probably needed it more, but I've only hired a car maybe 4 times. So you kind of really can live without it. But yeah, it's just crazy that I've never had a car of any kind as part of like my vision board. And I guess it's because I kind of discovered that, I don't want my vision board to be purely things, because those are more things, right? You want your vision to be a vision, right? A bigger, wider vision that needs God and that is birthed by God and through God. But anyway, I want to say enough of the deep stuff because yeah, some people will say to me it's not that deep. Like, not everything needs to be so deep. Okay, could be getting a little bit tricky. I might need to.
Praise God. So Jesus is already done the assessment. He has already done the stuff that you will normally spend hours online trying to work out which company is strong, which company is about.
So I'm making my way back home. Just putting in petrol into the vehicle, and I said it's unleaded. So in the UK, there are no petrol attendants. Oh gosh, I parked the wrong side. I've got to change my parking. Anyway, there are no petrol attendants, so you do everything yourself. It's the same thing when you get to my brain is fried. Even at the shops, when you're like loading your groceries, there's no one to pack your stuff. You pack it yourself. Things like house help and maids and all of that stuff, very rare. It's a largely, hugely rare thing that just doesn't happen. So life here is a little bit intense, so tired. I'm extremely tired, but I'm nearly home. 20 minutes.
Men när du säger att du vill ge mig en chans. Jag kan vad som helst för att hitta balansen. Baby, bara en chans. Det tror mig, jag ska visa dig allt om mig for life. För många nätter på lösa sånt som aldrig borde varit problem. Denna gången vill jag göra om. Vi blir bättre och bättre nu.
So on this beautiful Friday morning, I made my way over to have a breakfast with my previous line manager, Colin, who I hadn't seen in a couple of weeks, or rather a couple of months. I was really looking forward to it. It was in King's Cross, just behind. And again, it was just one of those beautiful days where you're going to have a lovely time. The team that we were a part of was just such a supportive, energy-filled, intelligent, loving group of people that I really want to keep in contact with for a long time to come. So again, it was just a beautiful morning before work, have a quick breakfast and get on with the day. So done with breakfast. That was really nice. I'm feeling so full, and yeah, it was really cool seeing Colin. As I said, Colin is my previous line manager but also a friend, so it was really good to catch up, you know. It's always nice to catch up with someone that you can really be yourself and honest with, who gives that same energy as well. So it was really good. So yeah, right now I'm headed to the office. I've got a meeting, you know, for a Friday. I've got a lot of meetings. I think I've got like 4, including one that I can't make, so it would be like 5. So anyway, I'm gonna try and be as productive as possible, and finish this week with a... So I also said on my previous video that I would explain what it is I do for a living. I'm conscious that I've posted videos on YouTube where I show that I was on site, but I've never really gone into detail in terms of what I do. I'm probably not going to do it justice now as I'm walking to the office, but in short, I'm a quantity surveyor / cost consultant, and what we do is advise on the costs of building construction from the start to finish. That's basically it. So when clients want to know, you know, I want to build such and such a building, they give you the requirements. Say it's a commercial building, it's an office, the location is going to be important, and they tell you the size of what they want. We would be able to build those costs up, which means that you need to have knowledge of construction, knowledge of, you know, what's happening in the economy and rates and the market in terms of prices. And yeah, from then on you compile a budget, and the client expects you, because you've advised them on that budget, to stick to it and ensure that throughout the process of construction you are doing everything in your power to ensure that the design team will be putting together a design are meeting that budget. So that's the short version. Sometimes it'll be the other way around. Sometimes they'll say, this is my budget, what can I build? And then we would let them know, no, this would give you like a medium spec office. Or I reference offices quite a lot because my speciality is in workplace offices. So I do a lot of refurbishments, a lot of fit outs. As you can imagine, like London is an old city, so a lot of these buildings are already standing, and what they need is a facelift, if you may, a facelift, aesthetically, as well as like the services being upgraded. So that's where we come in a lot of the time, and do the costs for those clients. So that's what I do. I enjoy it for the most part. There's so many different elements to it. There's a good percent of it is just people management, managing your clients, managing the teams, the design teams, the project teams, communication. There's a lot of that. There's a lot of meetings. That's why I'm always in meetings. But then there's also like the day-to-day costing and Excel and programs and software and things that you have to do and you have to know. So yeah, that is what I do. And I'm just outside the office, so I need to get in, and I will pick up this discussion later on. Cheers, guys.
Stora känslor gånger i, men när du säger att du vill ge mig en chans.
again to the other side of town. I'm now in East Ham, coming to the multi-generational nights. Our church has a service for all generations, hence multi-generation, but it is led by the youth. So as such, it's mainly the youth that normally come, but it is open to everybody. What I love is just the intimacy and how everybody feels free to share. Like, you know, God is good. You know, God is good. He's really good. So anyway, I'm just making my way in there now. And I'm positive it's going to be a good session. Today, we are talking understanding soul ties. So it's going to be an interesting one. I'm excited for what the Holy Spirit is going to teach us